I'm State Representative David Rutledge. Welcome to my Capitol website update. This is the first of many regular updates to keep you informed about the work I'm doing on behalf of you, your family, and our community. Please check back frequently and also email my office and let me know your thoughts on any state issue or any personal issue. We're very fortunate today to have as my very special guest, Brandon Jessup. Brandon is chairman and CEO of Michigan Forward, a statewide nonprofit organization specializing in creating progressive public policy initiatives for state and local governments. Brandon, could you tell us a little bit about your organization?
I sure can, David. And thank you for having me here on the show. Michigan Forward, we're a nonpartisan, nonprofit, urban public policy think tank. And what that means for us as Michigan Forward is that we create policy initiatives for the state and our local government. We work in concert with a lot of local elected officials in all of our major cities and suburbs to create progressive public policy initiatives that are good for Michigan and good for the people of Michigan at the same time.
Brandon, in March of this year, the legislature passed legislation to update the emergency manager. And it was a piece that dealt with how emergency managers interact with local units of government and school districts when they get into a financial situation.
Yeah.
I know you were involved in looking at that. Can you tell us your take on that law?
Well, you know, for our state legislature to take a stance like this to revamp Michigan's emergency management law before even hitting the 90-day mark was really a surprise to Michigan Forward and a surprise to a lot of people across the state who were looking for change as far as jobs and job creation. Something that we were looking for, something that would have improved small business instead of curtailing due process in our local communities and taking such strong steps to give emergency managers almost absolute power in cases of receivership. And you know, our local communities and school districts deserve more than what they got out of the new law.
The law got national attention.
Yeah.
Can you give us your take on how it impacts citizens?
Well, you know, I think the most startling impact of this new law is that communities that are under emergency management or are facing emergency management may lose local representation. Emergency managers now have absolute power over both the executive and legislative branch of government. And we've come, you know, to a level of, I guess, comfort in democracy that we really take for granted, or we expect checks and balances. Right now, this new law pretty much blurs the line of checks and balances that we have between the executive and legislative branches, and communities lose out. In Benton Harbor, Pontiac, and also in the city of Detroit, local boards of elected officials. In Benton Harbor, their city commissioners. In Pontiac, their city council. And in Detroit, their school board have absolutely no say-so or input in the measures that the emergency manager may take. Right now in Benton Harbor, the emergency manager has taken the liberty to write a new city charter almost. And that's the vote on November 2nd, I believe, of this year. And the people of the city of Benton Harbor hadn't had too much of any input on what the new charter would look like. So once again, you see due process being trampled. You see democracy being lost in many of these communities. And it's a violation of voting rights as far as Michigan Forward is concerned.
Is your organization doing anything? Has it undertaken any kind of action as it relates to this law?
Absolutely.
Specifically?
Yeah, absolutely. Michigan Forward, as with our large host of supporters from labor and from the community, have launched a referendum campaign to actually repeal Michigan's emergency manager law. Public Act 4, as I said earlier, is unconstitutional. It gives absolute power to one person, an elite bureaucrat, and that's not the Michigan way, and that's anti-democracy from our standpoint. Our referendum campaign began June 18th, and we've been collecting signatures all summer. So we look forward to approaching the board of canvassers soon to put this on the ballot for 2012 so we can exercise democracy in our state without having mandates come down from our legislator without any real input.
If those watching us today would like to get in touch with Michigan Forward, how would they do that?
They can go to our website, michiganforward.org. That's Michigan, MICHIGAN, forward, FORWARD.org. Or they can call us at our office at 313-965-2722. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I'd like to thank our guest, Brandon Jessup, Chairman and CEO of Michigan Forward, for being here today. And thank you for viewing. Please feel free to contact me if I can be of assistance to you or your family in any way. Or if you'd like to share any thoughts or concerns on pending legislation. You will see my toll-free number and website on the screen. Please use it. Look forward to seeing you back here soon.